Starminer has released into early access finally. I have been looking at this game for I think what feels like about 2 years. It's an interesting space RTS, miner assembly, sandbox, build your own spaceship, defend your mining operation from aliens as your heat signature grows kind of thing. It's got real physics. It looks fun. It caught my attention a long time ago. I've been loosely keeping an eye on it, and it finally went into early access. It's 30 bucks right now. There is a 10% off sale for launch. So I'm going to jump in. I'm going to take a look at it. We're going to look for about an hour or so. Honestly, but let's be real, it's going to be longer than that because I have no self-control when I like a game. All right, so let's go ahead and turn off motion blur, which is off by default. I love when a game does that. I love when a game turns motion blur off by default because you know what? I don't know anybody that actually likes motion blur. Nobody does. Not a single person. You know, this is all fine. Turn the effects down a little bit. Just a little bit. That way the voiceover is off. That's a remnant from like back in the day when audio balance wasn't great. I always did that. So we can run a benchmark. I don't think we need to, but I am curious about that. We've got achievements, credits, changelog. This is an early access game. Sure, let's jump into training. Navigation and basic protocols. We'll do the training. Hopefully it won't take too long.
Commander.
I expect this to be a very in-depth game where you're training for much longer than I'm going to be taking a look at it. Hello and welcome to the Pragaia. It sounds like we're Pragaianant. Hello and welcome to the Pragaia Luminosa spacecraft training course. I am Kaio Anselmo. I am face roll on keyboard, and I will be your guide through these simulation modules. Apologies, I am required to say that every time. The simulation will teach the common principles of navigation in the void of space. You'll be piloting... I can't speak this morning. You will be piloting a small shuttle, a trustworthy design that has survived with little modification for nearly 40 years. As this is an introductory model, advanced features have been disabled. Mining, construction, and combat will be introduced in due time. First thing, the view controls. Press and hold the right mouse button and drag the mouse to rotate your view. Scroll wheel zooms in and out. Beautiful. Pretty game. Pretty game is pretty. Clicking the right mouse button and any of the spacecraft modules will bring up its context menu. But only... Okay. Left mouse button and it will clear. Understood. Single click selects the module on your ship. Double click focuses the camera. Okay. Press F to focus back on the station if you have selected any other object. Makes sense. All right, before unlocking or undocking your can, it's usually a good idea to turn on your power grid. This will supply energy to the ship's boosters and other systems. Press G to activate the power grid or click the flashing button on the bottom.
Grid online.
Grid online. Yes, feel your ship wake beneath your feet. She wants to fly, but she won't go far while docked. Undock. Let's begin with simple linear movements. Press W on your keyboard to apply forward thrust with your boosters. Don't lean on it too much. As soon as you release, a counterforce will be applied to automatically stop your ship. That's your piloting aids doing the work. We'll come back to these later. For now, practice doing some linear movements with your boosters. Try not to drift too far. You can always review your current objective by hovering over the objectives panel. WASD to move forward, backward, left and right. Q and E to move your ship up and down. Pressing N will toggle the orientation tool. Red arrows show forward, white arrows show up. You can keep it off, but it's useful for checking your ship's orientation. Zoom out a bit to get a good overview of where it's pointing. You've got the linear movement down. Now try some rotational measures. Simulation behavior is active by default and accounts for mass and thruster placement. You can switch to arcade mode in the options to force straight movement, ignoring mass and thruster imbalance. Why would we want to do that? Shift WASD to rotate the shift left and right, up and down. Shift QE will roll your shift left and right. That's gonna be okay. I kind of wish I could attach the camera to that so that as I'm reorienting, my camera is moving with me. So like as I do this, my camera goes, you know, that would be nice. If I'm locked onto it, I would like the camera to do its thing. Am I like running on fumes here? That's it. Set velocity, coast, make small corrections, and it gives batteries in your thrusters time to recharge. Press T to disable linear dampeners or toggle them. From the systems button, use space to manually engage them to stop your ship. So if we apply forward thrust with them off, we will keep going until we turn them back on, and then we'll counter thrust. Roger that. Coasting will also consume much less energy since the dampeners don't need to engage every time you release your thrust, something to keep in mind when you're short on energy supply. You are now in tactical view. You can also left click on an asteroid or object to engage the autopilot.
Autopilot online.
Or rotate from the menu to issue commands. Press and hold left mouse button anywhere on empty space to do the same. For manual flight, you can also enter the pilot mode by pressing V. In this mode, the camera is locked. Hey, that's exactly what I was just asking for.
Autopilot offline.
Why is it not? It seems to have taken away my controls. Now try to reach the first checkpoint. Remember to hold space to apply the stopping force or just toggle linear dampeners back on with T. Short burst will go slow until you get the hang of it. Fly to the waypoint. Why am I locked onto this thing? Did I run out of fuel?
Scanners offline. Scanners offline.
It was not. Okay, there we go. I don't know. I guess I didn't have it selected. So if I. Cancel. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Yeah. I hit shift and so this is what I wanted. I'm not moving my mouse at all. And we're doing the thing. So if I turn the dampeners off and go forward. I guess my dampeners are on. Oh. Oh, I can right click with the mouse. Interesting. Okay. That's not as smooth as I would want it to be, but it works. Now navigate the checkpoints through this asteroid cluster and practice maneuvering. You can review the state of your ship's systems and pilot aids on the bottom mid part of your screen. I don't expect us to be flying like this very often.
Autopilot online.
Because we're going to have like a whole host of different ships that we're managing. It's going to be more RTS than it is like single flagship flying. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Hey, rookie pilot, travel 1 kilometer. Kilometer, kilometer, whatever, however you want to say that. So without moving your mouse, or without clicking any buttons, you'll kind of look around as
Autopilot offline.
when you're in pilot mode. Linear and angular dampeners can aid in your piloting, but produce more heat and consume much more energy than precise bursts of the throttle. Follow the white line from your ship and reach the next checkpoint behind the asteroid.
Autopilot online.
That was interesting.
Autopilot offline.
Good, now on to the next one behind that asteroid there. Remember, these rings are heavy, so it takes some amount of force to stop them, as it does to get them moving. Thought I was fucked there for a second. Reach the next checkpoint next to the repair depot. If you've dinged your rig, just park it in the designated hull. Point depot crew will fix you up. I am an expert pilot and did no such thing. So how do I... I don't know how this autopilot works. I thought I understood how the autopilot worked. I did not. My dampener is on or off? Okay. Not highlighted blue is off. You seem to be a capable pilot with a bit more practice. You'll get the hang of it. Return to Pregnant Luminosa to learn about docking procedures and basics of outfitting your rigs. Try not to crash into it. Go slow. And we're fine. Jesus. Go slow, he says. Fly to.
Autopilot online.
Autopilot online. Autopilot, roll out. Go. Do a thing. So one of the things that I do like to show is the good, the bad, the boring. A lot of people, I think, would cut out the trips to this because, you know, it's a more entertaining video. But I would rather show you what the game is actually like, and if you skip around the video, you skip around the video. It's the type of gameplay that I go looking for. And yeah, when I'm looking through it, I skim around the video. Or, you know, I watch it at 2x speed. That's it, and now back to where you started. To dock again, this will require more precision, and you need to get close. Try to align the connection socket of your ship to the one on the Pragaya. You need to bring the docking points of both ships close enough for the button to show. Once you've aligned properly, press the red dock button. Alright. We put my bit in line with their bits.
Warning, hull breach detected.
What do you mean hull breach detected? What hull breach? I don't know what the hell kind of hull breach that was. Wonderful. Now we will build some new components for your ship. The Pragya will supply all needed materials with its constructors. Now that you've proven that you can dock your ship, you can also undock it for better clearance during construction. When you order a construction, the nearby constructors or construction turrets will start supplying your newly built components with materials. Toggle build mode. The green-colored modules have available expansion slots. The larger ones are for Tier 2, while smaller hexagonal shapes are for Tier 1 components. Smaller T1, larger T2. Let's prepare ship for mining operations. It will need mining lasers to harvest ore and expanded storage to carry it all. I recommend you build it on the front side of the T2 cleft node. You can review your installed modules in the overview panel on your right side. Select a suitable expansion slot and construct a T1 mining laser from the drop-down menu. Tip: if you want to cancel construction of a module, press Ctrl D with the module selected. Okay. So... T1 mining laser. Mining laser. Three T1 mining lasers on the front of this bitch. What do we got back here? Nothing else.
Construction completed.
We also need a storage module for your collected ore. I recommend you build it on the T1 array in the Hulk mode. Sure. In the Hulk node? What the fuck is the Hulk node?
Construction completed.
It's a small array node. Core Hulk node.
Construction completed.
We will also need a scanner to identify the composition of an asteroid. I recommend you put it on the T1 array module on the bottom side of your ship.
Construction completed.
Thermal dumper. Yeah, well, I put a mining laser there, so that's not going to happen. What is this thing? It's a small habitat. We can put T1 scanner over here. Yay, asymmetry. I fucking hate that.
Construction completed.
Oh shit. Now we need some hangars for our haulers. They will collect any mined ore in the vicinity. You could put them on some empty T1 slots on your Hulk node. Capture sunlight to generate steady energy. We do this.
Construction completed. Construction completed.
Back here, we put the small hangar.
Construction completed. Construction completed.
Fine work. Now you can also rebuild any components you've lost, like solar panels or heat radiators. Maybe also add additional mining laser, up to you. When you're ready to proceed, exit the build mode. Do I have enough power? We'll need some haulers as well. Right click your hangar and select hauler from the menu to construct it. These smaller crafts will pick up. Okay, well, where is my small hangar? Let's redock. I think I might need to redock. I need to right click on it. Autonomous engineer constructor is used to assemble station modules. Deep space mining is the backbone of civilization and the lifeblood of any fleet. Even the most ramshackle pirate will maintain his mining equipment for the easy source of credits. Telemetry from the UAE patrol indicates asteroids close by and they could hold valuable resources. Yes, you should check.
Autopilot offline.
So that is weird. Hello? Hello? Proximity alert. I think it's trying to go, but it's docked, so it can't. How do I, like, cancel that command? I broke it. I fucking broke the game already.
Warning, hull breach detected.
Oh, well. We... well, that's one way to, that's one way to end things. So, yeah, that happened. I don't know what I do know. It's not controllable. Station is not controllable. This is all broke to shit. I blew up half the station. Improvement in basic mining. Okay. This is backbone of civilization. Approach the... Okay, cool. Undock first. Okay. This is an ugly face. Scanner is scanning. Is it only scanning in that direction, though? There is some debate on what makes an asteroid size, composition, or location. I like to keep life simple. If you can mine it, it counts. In order to mine, you need to know what you're mining. Your scanner system is now unlocked, and we'll use it to determine an asteroid's composition. Approach the asteroid with the scanners enabled C.
Scanners online.
And hit it with the scanner's beam to start identifying its composition. The asteroid contains large deposits of silicates and some trace amounts of cobalt, but it needs to be broken down first. Your mining systems are now unlocked. Also, disable the scanners as you don't need them anymore.
Scanners offline.
If you hover your cursor over the asteroid, watch for the lines from your mining lasers. They will let you know whether or not you're in range and the mining lasers can see the asteroid. Use right mouse button on the asteroid to start mining. Green line and you're good to go. Aim for the colored patches and let the good stuff cobalt, while gray ones will always yield silicates only. Aim for the colored patches to get the good stuff. Yield silicates only. Okay. So this is cobalt and everything else is silicate. So we want to aim for this.
Mining online.
Why are only 2 of them mining? Come on. Get all 3 of you mining. What's the dealio? Do we not have energy to run all of them at the same time? Okay, no. There we go. They're all shooting. Rootin', tootin', laser shooting. What is this? Thermal signature. Oh, they're cooling down. Okay. Your current heat signature displayed in thermal units. Higher heat signatures will increase the chances of attracting adversaries. What is this? Water reserves, 27 minutes. Power output is plus 40 megawatts. Mirror dampeners, angular dampeners. Scanners, mining is Y. These are all disabled. Enable haulers to automatically depart. Pick up chunks of ore in the vicinity. Disable. Haulers will stay. really need the orientation tool. Space debris flying off in the distance. So think EVE Online mining operation, but more physics. That's it. You've got the basics down. You know how to maneuver your ship, build what you need, and mine rock. Hang around here and experiment if you want, or head into tutorial 2 when you're ready. This concludes the first training module. To proceed to the next one, return to the menu and select module 2. All right. Exit to menu. Sure. We'll save tutorial 1. Tutorial 1 complete. You have to give it a custom name. Exit to menu. This time, we will try not to blow up the ship in the tutorial. Single player. Training. I wonder if the campaign would give us the... I wonder if we're going to have to go through the tutorials in the campaign.
Welcome, Commander.
We'll find out. Construction, salvage, and repair. I'm glad you made it this far. I'm guessing you've wrapped up your first training run. Movement, mining, all the basics. Good, you'll need those skills here. If you get stuck, F1 will recall the list of useful commands. This wreck here used to be the DS for Fine, orbiting near Ceres. Got hit hard, pirate scavs, and maybe worse. What's left is barely holding any shape. Good news is, it's a perfect training ground. You'll learn how to scavenge, trade, and rebuild a full station from the ground up. You'll handle blueprints and build crews. I'll guide you through the hard parts. Good to hear. You are in command of a small construction fleet to get this site going again. Owl is backing this operation, and they're putting some faith in you. Orbital works in logistics. It doesn't just let anyone run their ships. Treat these birds with grace, and we'll do good. Approach the site with Restorer 7 and see what we're dealing with. Objective, approach the waypoint near the station. A white line from your selected trip points to the objective destination. So this is us. And we are going... Debris fields are dense around the refinery's frame. It would be a good idea to clear the derelicts before we can start laying down new modules. You can use the scavenger to break down what's left and recover anything usable. I'll leave you to handle this yourself as you go, since you already know your way around mining ops. Scavenging's pretty much the same as mining asteroids. Cut the derelicts down with your mining lasers, then send them to the haulers to collect the scrap. Freeze. So I'm going to turn on mining. Is that my only... Kind of looks like it. My haulers on. My haulers are on. Press I on your keyboard to bring up overlays for easier identification of debris. Oh wow, that's all debris. Holy shit. We might be here a minute. Deal with floating debris as you see fit. The scavenger is here to help you out. Select it from the overview on your right when you need it. Let's focus now on getting the ship closer to scavenger. What is this? You can scavenge materials from derelict modules as you see scattered around. Scavenging works the same as mining. Use your scanners to identify composition and mining lasers to mine the modules. Important distinction with scavenging is that the materials don't need to be further refined and can be immediately used for construction. Alright, so mining on.
Scanners online.
Careful on how much you're hauling. More cargo means more mass, and your ship's going to start feeling sluggish. All these scavenged materials will come in handy. You can always reroute resources in your storage to other ships that might need it more. Yep, already did that. These wrecked modules are cluttering up the whole sector. Let's clean up this mess and give us some breathing room. Start with this hunk of junk here, and then move on to clean up the old station. Yep. Wrecked modules cluttering. Yeah, no, I got that. Okay. We'll go back to Restore 7. Let's focus on getting your ship close to the DS Refine and jack into its core systems, access the interface, and claim command, and the station will recognize you as its handler. You can do this by right-clicking the yellow interaction icon on the station and selecting Possess Station. Once it's under your control, it will be set as your currently controlled station. You can always switch control back to Restore 7 by double-clicking on it, or by selecting it in your overview window at the top right objective. Possess the station. The station is not controllable. Possess. Control transfer complete. You now hold command authority over the station and can deploy construction blueprints or issue operational orders. Neat. Now switch back to Restore 7. You can select it from the overview panel on your right. We'll load some construction materials from Atlas Hauler onto your construction ship. You can use the same interaction icon to initiate a trade between Restore 7 and the Atlas Hauler. Just select Restore 7, then open Interactions menu and select Trade. So we need you. And then we want... We also might want to bring the Atlas Hauler closer. Atlas Hauler. Atlas Hauler is here to supply this operation with needed resources. You can route resources freely from the large cargo ship to any other ship under your control. You can use numeric keys on your keyboard to aid with throttle. Just go easy on it. This thing stops like an elephant. As you zoom out, the sound gets lower too. That's a nice touch. We are so totally gonna crash into some shit so many times. First, we need to make some room in your cargo bays. This old can has some ore left from the previous reclaiming run. We got to get rid of that. To jettison resources, left-click on the iron ore chunks in your inventory on the left side and set the slider to 10 and confirm. Iron ore chunks. So iron, amount, 10, jettison. Jettison resources, left click on the iron ore. After that, just pinpoint the horizon and vertical location in relation to your ship, and the resources will be jettisoned to the location via the cargo bays. Jettison 10 Fe ore from the Restorer 7. Whoops. In that way. Okay, I think I got that now. I think I understand how that works. You select in a circle around you, and then you select how up or down it goes. We did the thing. We jettisoned the stuff. What's next? That's it. 100 tons less to lug around. When you're ready, start by pumping 300 units of iron from Atlas Hauler into the frame. That'll cover the first skeletal modules. Transfer 300 FE materials from Atlas Hauler to Restorer 7. Okay. From Atlas Hauler to Restorer 7. No, that's not how that works. Right click, trade, iron. What does it want us to trade? Deposit. Ah, there we go. I wanted 300. Let's do this. Firm trade. I think that's what it wants, right? Atlas Hauler to Restore 7. 300. Oh, that's a lot of stuff just flying through the space. The whole simulation just paused as I clicked over. Keep clearing out this wreck as best we can.
Warning, low energy.
What is the bug? Basic structural materials taken care of. Next, advanced components route 100 units of cobalt into storage. Without it, you won't be able to fabricate the tier 2 modules. Transfer 100 cobalt metals to Restore 7. Okay, so we go into the hauler, and then we look at you, and we trade, deposit, cobalt, 100, confirm. Confirm trade. And then I want to look at the bug. What does the bug do? Looks like this ship is a light transporter, got left behind. Scavvers didn't have time to strip it. You can put it to use. It'll make a solid hauler for routing and storing materials. Possess it and it's yours. Okay, I don't know what that is. Good. If you ever notice we're running low on any material, you can always reroute supplies from the Atlas Hauler or from the Scavenger if you'll put it to work. Now, let's start with the restoration. Nodes are split into Tier 1 and Tier 2 models. To keep it simple, T1 modules can only be built on small T1 build nodes. T2 modules can only be built on the large T2 build nodes. First thing any station needs is energy, so the easiest way to generate this is by building some T2 solar panels. Select DS Refine and press B to enter build mode. Modules with the green overlays have at least one T1 or T2 expansion slot available. Choose a T2 expansion slot on the DS Refine and select T2 solar panel. From the build menu to confirm placement, construction engineers will depart from your Restore 7 to deliver resources and start construction process. Make sure you are in range with your ship. Build T2 solar panels on the DS Refine. So this is the DS Refine. Get a Restore 7. Kinda in range. Okay. We're still working here. We come back to the DS Refine, and we need to enter build mode. And we want solar panels. Let's come down here. T2 solar panel. Three solar panels, that should be good, right? Are we in range to build those? Looks like we are. I don't know what I'm supposed to be using the bug for, in all honesty. Trade automation. I'm gonna... Oh, shit, oh, shit. That was not what I intended to do. I want the restorer. Like this. That's a lot closer than I thought it was. Motherfucker. Okay. But now we should be considerably closer. Like, why aren't these getting built? Oh, they're getting built, I think. Are they getting built? Can't tell.
Warning, hull breach detected.
Oh, fuck me. I don't know what the front of this fucking ship is. Yeah, the front of the ship is over here. That's so confusing. Now this is the front of the ship, so who the fuck knows? Is this done? What is going on here? What is the status of this? Power output, build requirements, FESI, copper, 2 of 2. It's got all of the things that it needs. What? Objects built, 3 of 4. Training module, create solar panels, create a T2 expansion slot. A DS refine, select T2 solar panels and build menu and confirm placement. Construction engineers will depart. Build T2 solar panels. Oh, I needed 4x. That's why. Well, we'll build 5x. I didn't read, and I was waiting for something to happen that wasn't going to happen. Constructors can only carry a set amount of resources, and they need to return back to hangars for a refill after running out. Now the station is not generating its own power, or now the station is not generating its own power, and the construction jobs can't complete. We need to route some power from the Restorer 7. Okay. I see. Send and receive energy. First, exit build mode with B. To send energy from Restore 7 to DS Refine, you need to set one of the Hulk nodes on Restore 7 to act as an energy sender. Objective, exit build mode and right-click on the available Hulk node. Select the management category from the menu and set it to Restore 7 as energy sender. Okay, so the Hulk node is this guy here. Management, send energy. Next step is to set a Hulk node on the DS Refine as an energy receiver. Make sure you choose a Hulk node with good access because you'll need to move closer. Yeah, okay. So this guy, right click, management, receive energy. The last step is to align the occupied T2 expansion sockets from both Restorer 7 and DS Refine, and energy will be sent from the sender to receiver. Get close enough and align them. The fuck does align? Okay. I mean, they're pretty fucking aligned, right?
Warning, hull breach detected.
What hull breach? What hull breach? What are we talking about hull breach? There's nothing there. It's not built yet. I don't know how much more aligned we want me to be. Okay, so you know what? You're gonna do this. Congratulations, you are now the new energy receiver. Alright, great. So also...
Warning, low energy.
Also, make sure that your constructors are configured to build and repair adjacent friendly stations as well with your construction ship selected. Toggle this setting. Sure. I don't know what I did. It's recommended that you first complete the primary mission of rebuilding the Reclamation 9 before starting this objective. Great. Cool. I didn't ask you to do any of that. I don't have the energy to do any of this. I'm just floating in space now. Stop sending energy.
Low energy.
Yeah, no, I got that. So I'm missing something from here. Why is this... This is not how I had this ship. What happened here? So what we're going to do... You are going to send energy. And... We're going to receive energy. Go back to you.
Construction completed.
It's working! Okay, so I think you need a free hole, and this didn't have a free hole, which is why that wasn't working. Nice, the system's humming again. Now we'll add some batteries to catch the overflow. This will allow you to keep backup power in case your generators get overloaded or damaged, preventing your active station modules from stalling. Understood. This can be especially bad if you're in motion, as no power means no stabilizing retro thrusters. Many overconfident captains have lost their lives, and more importantly, their stations this way. Like my ship that's flying off into nothing. Notice the info panel on the left side of your screen. Even though we are now producing power, you can see that we do not have any available power storage. Build a T2 energy battery on the deep space refine. Okay, you come back here.
Warning, low energy. Grid offline. Warning, low energy.
Yep, nope, no more. We're gonna save it. Okay. This is also fucking low energy? Jesus Christ. Where's my energy?
Warning, low energy.
Yeah, no, I got that. Where is my energy?
Warning, low
Columnist,
energy.
metal storage, battery. Shows the energy state of batteries and all your consumers. Plus 0 megawatts. What happened?
Warning, low energy.
You have plenty of just everything, right? I don't know what's going to happen with any of that. You have energy. Plus 50, minus 25. This guy's gonna go save that guy. I'm interested in the trade automation setting. Rescue is happening.
Warning, low energy. Warning,
I can't stop. I can't stop.
Detected.
Once I started giving energy, I lost control. Tutorial was great. So we absolutely know what we're doing. I think we don't save that. I think we just jump into the campaign. Why don't we just jump into the campaign? Tutorials could use a little bit of work, I think.
In the year 2148, deep space satellites discovered an unstable wormhole orbiting Jupiter. Humanity's greatest minds theorized it led to a new star system, and a gate was constructed to harness its awesome power.
It's awesome power.
An age of rapid expansion soon followed as humanity laid claim to the stars. But human greed and malice do not rest.
We could use some better voice
The
acting.
exotic resource Eonite is what allows safe travel through the gate network, protecting spacecraft from the wormhole's deadly radiation. War soon broke out to control it, and ended just as quickly, leaving a dead colony world as a monument to our folly. A fragile peace now exists between the factions of humanity, but few believe it will last. Earth's navy continues to grow. Mega corporations fight an endless shadow war over scattered deposits of Eonite. In orbit of Jupiter's moons, Callisto and Io, interstellar long-haul logistics oversees the construction of quantum-linked gates at newly discovered anomalies. A network that may reshape the cosmos. Across the dark void, a new breed of pioneers has emerged. Traders, mercenaries, miners, and scavengers,
Hey, that's me.
united by greed, ambition, and the promise of power.
Yep.
They are
Sounds
known
right.
as commanders for their mastery of immense modular rigs, powerful machines capable of shaping the future. They will risk it all to be part of this great endeavor. It is in this galaxy that you must survive.
Name. Offensive perks: advanced kinetic weapons training, tactical energy weapon training, advanced weapon system training, ballistic warfare, advanced ballistic. Presets: warmonger, miner, builder, trader, navigator, or custom. Increased refining efficiency by 30%, increased engineer movement speed by 30, increased mining range by 30%. I mean, that seems like the main thing is mining. So I figure like miner is what we really want, right? We get 3 perks. Reduce jump fuel consumption by 30%. Construction resource cost by 30%. Storage capacity by 30%. Reduce material purchase cost. Reduce energy consumption by 30%. Abso-fucking-lutely. Welcome, miner, to Reclamation 9 Mining Co., the hardest, dirtiest, and most profitable outpost this side of the cosmos. Out here, there's no corporate polish, just metal, dust, and risk. The work is brutal, and the pay is worth it. Mine the belts, haul the ore, fend off pirates, and keep your rig intact. Watch your water levels, watch your hull, and remember, one mishap and your vapor. Play it smart, fill your holds, and maybe you'll earn your ticket off this rock. Maybe. Best of luck. Reclamation 9 Mining Co. Dig deep, aim true, come home rich. This message and any attachments may contain confidential information. Blah, 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 blah. Deploy.
Welcome, Commander.
The Great Spill. Oi, Svinik, wake the hell up. Thought you could slack on the job? Nah, don't give me excuses. I pay you to work and not laze about. Dude, I'm here. What, you need a system check before you start? Yes. Damn it, that was sarcasm, you fool. Now I gotta go over the ship systems or my ass is on the line. Alright, initiating system check. Start by activating your energy grid. Can't do anything without that.
Grid online.
Now turn on the orientation tool, N. And it tells you take it off when you want. Yeah, activate linear dampeners with T. Counterforce. Rotational dampeners are usually the most comfortable if you leave rotational dampeners off while linear dampener is on. That way you can cruise with precise bursts of throttle. Hold space to activate both at once to stop your ship. Now try out some linear movements. WASD, QE. Good. Now fire the rotational thrusters. Navigation systems are within safety parameters. Well, most of them are. Next up, scanners with C.
Online. Scanners offline.
Sure, they're pointing in the general direction of the object you want to scan. Now turn them off to conserve energy. Weapons, find the weapons button and turn them on, or press X. Laser of yours barely counts. There's a dead drone nearby. If it gets within range, your laser will torch it.
Weapons offline.
Hover over the enemy drone to see if its laser is in range. Right click to engage the enemy if the line is green, but usually enough. Get hostiles in range and sight of your lasers, they will fire automatically. Destroy the nearby drone. Zoom out a bit to find it. Pirate outpost. What drone? T4 solar panel, objects build 024. Oh, wow. I don't know what fucking drone he wants.
Weapons online.
What drone is he talking about? I don't see a drone. That's debris.
Autopilot online.
I see no drone. Must he mean some of this debris shit.
Autopilot offline.
Unmanned vessel detected. Transponder shows no registered commander on record. Under Reclamation 9 Salvage Clause 7.2, you may assume temporary command and integrate the rig into your fleet. Proceed if you expect responsibility for all operational risks. Oh, there's the white line. I see where I'm supposed to go. What else? You got mining lasers and resource haulers, but that's not on the list. Same goes for the nav tool. Also remember to press F1 at any time to bring up the help menu for useful commands. Alright, system check complete, or was there something else you needed before you start your job? Yeah, I really don't care. The eggheads tell me you've got a good haul today. Something about cosmic radiation and solar winds. Hell if I know. But it's pushed some junk parts right into our doorstep. You're gonna scrap them all and bring home anything of value. Just do the damn job, Svinnik, or I'll get someone else. Approach the junk parts. Hold on, you've got company Aegis Mark II security drones. Looks like it must have reactivated when you got too close. Weapons are all disabled. Just take them out before they get loose. Clicking right mouse button on an enemy will issue an attack order for your laser. Just make sure that you're in range and pointing in its general direction. Destroy the security drones. Oh, we're already doing that. So far, this has been a better tutorial than the tutorial was. Looks like their sensors identified you as an enemy. You'd be dead 3 times over if someone hadn't disabled their weapons. All right, let's see what we're dealing with. You know the drill. I want a clean scan of each derelict. You do know how to use a T1 scanner. Do you point the beam at the target, By positioning yourself smartly, you can scan them all in one go.
Scanners online.
Couple of old storage modules and a decrepit shield module. God damn it, someone dumped some old scrap again. Preventative measures my ass. This garbage heap grows with each year. Yeah, would you look at that? An honest to God hangar ship looming out there in the distance. Constructed by Codium Blue Tech. Haven't heard that name in a while. What are you waiting for? Scrap those modules. Make sure the mining systems and haulers are enabled, and then approach the junk part you want to dismantle till lasers get a lock on. Haulers will automatically depart from your hangars and bring in the reclaimed metal chunks. Get at it. Get at it.
Scanners
Scanners
offline.
off.
Mining online. Weapons offline.
All right, so we're breaking down this whole thing. Or are we supposed to be breaking down this module? No lasers, easier access. Closer if we can without breaking our everything. I wonder what happens if we destroy the center module. If they go flying everywhere, or if they just stay where they are. So wouldn't be expecting a super exciting game. It's gonna be very chill. Though we have just gotten started, even though we're an hour into this. I don't think I would recommend doing the tutorial. I would say just jump straight into the campaign. The tutorial wasn't worth it. We're getting more tutorialized here with this than we did in the tutorial. Why does that look like a fuck ton of enemies over there? That looks like a derelict. Can't cheat and just zoom out until we see everything. So where is our inventory? 100 tons of 100 tons. All right, we've done all the thing. Make sure you don't leave anything behind. Those fools didn't even empty the United injectors. That's a month's pay right there. Damn corporal brats with more money than sense. Oi, are you even listening? Yeah, I'm here, boss. Head back to the base and unload the cargo. Just the valuables. Don't bother transferring silicates. Your ship will now be quite heavier. Take that into account when maneuvering. Approach the Reclamation 9 and then issue the trade command, just like they taught you in basic training. So we got this little guide right there, it looks like. Yeah, we were in this mode. Shit. Ooh, don't aim at buildings. Right, how do I... Where am I docking at? Am I docking there?
Mining offline.
Oh, I'm probably docking there. I keep wanting the spacebar to go up. Is this not my dock butt? Oh, you know what? It's this right here. I see it. Music's good. This? Where the fuck do I dock? Why is... what the fuck? Trade. Is it trade? It's probably not trade. Head back to the base and unload the cargo, just the valuables, approach and then issue the trade command, just like they taught you in basic. Transfer iron. Okay, so it is trade. I'm trying to do something that I'm not supposed to do. Sell iron. Yep, that was not what it wanted me to do. Oh no, I'm manually sending it. So each one of those little ships is 10 tons. I love the smell of raw iron in the morning. Get closer or even line up to cargo bays. The trade will go faster. Now the good stuff. Precious Eonite. Transfer Eonite to the Reclaimer 9. Okay. Trade. Sell the Eonite. 20 T's. Confirm trade. So the instructions could be a little bit more clear. I could also probably read a little bit better. Would probably help out. But I feel like I'm not that dumb. Maybe I am that dumb. I don't know. That EO will make a nice bonus for me, of course, and not a word out of you. Got it? Remember, if you're short on credits, you can always bring in the metals you collect and we'll pay you. Now the computer says we can't handle that hangar ship yet. Apparently, some critical systems on the Reclamation 9 are behind on maintenance. We have to spell it out for you. Fix them. To carry out repair and construction operations on other stations, you first need to enable repair mode from your system button on the bottom mid. Find the toggle build repair mode and turn it on.
Construction online.
This means your constructors and sea towers will try to carry out repair and construction on the allied ships in the vicinity. Repair damaged modules on Reclamation 9 T2 factory. Silicates are the sole resource used in module repair. If you don't have enough SI on board, find and scrap some nearby junk modules. Is this what we're repairing? Is that a repair laser? What is this? Oh, construction tower. Good job. Move on to the last damaged module and repair it. If you run out of silicates to repair, scan the area, loose debris, derelict modules. Yep. Am I out of silicates? I am out of silicates. Y for mining.
Online.
Can I mine the silicates and repair the thing all from one position? I still have positive energy flow. As I come in, as I go out. There we go. As I come in, as I go out. It's a very conveniently placed piece of debris. So it's not a very high-octane game, is it? Until you start flying at your spaceship going, you know, 100 kilometers an hour and you're unable to stop. Just in general, it's pretty chill. It's not too bad. I think the craziness and the chaos will come when you've got like 50 of these all automated, mining and building and doing crazy stuff. I do think doing a first look video for this where you go over like the first hour or two of gameplay is really hard, because the first little bit of gameplay is just going to be like getting your feet wet, understanding systems, understanding how things work and function, and figuring it out. And it's not going to be super exciting. There's not going to be a lot to see, you know? Huh, well, they're less damaged than before, at least. Maybe I won't have to hire an engineer after all. I'll admit, you're a decent worker. You don't complain much, you get the job done. Maybe we can help each other out, yeah? I've opened the station's mission board to you. Anyone who needs something done, they put it there. Passenger transport, missing puppy, whatever. Got a mission of my own there, too. What did you think I meant now? Fool, get a move on. Scan the scrap in the hangar ship. Something that big's bound to have valuables left. Objective, scan the hangar ship. Scan the hangar ship. Where is that? It's back that way.
Autopilot online.
I'm glad there's that autopilot. It's gonna make things a bit nicer. Because getting direct angles when you don't have super precise control over your ship is gonna be frustrating.
Scanners online. Autopilot offline.
Energy spike detected, exiting hibernation mode, power backup restored, processors activating, zit. Reactor offline, engines offline, sensors offline, communications online, March 24th, 2256, location the Great Spill, Earth orbit. Greetings, human. My designation is Parent Class Hangar Ship Pannonia 2. I was created at the height of the corporate war to support expansion efforts into Lalande. My final data entry is of being decommissioned. Evidently, Cadmium Blue Global had collapsed and was liquidating its assets. I am in poor condition. Many vital components are missing, and my fuel reserves have been siphoned. Proposal. Cadmium Blue Global no longer exists in any capacity. Should you repair me, my allegiance protocols will recognize you as my rightful captain. Do you accept? I accept. Excellent. You'll find hangar ship captains garner much more respect than dock workers. On that note, I am blocking communications from your ill-tempered supervisor. Instruction: my automated systems can perform the necessary repairs if provided materials. Extract and transfer them to my internal storage. Extract and transfer resources to the Pannonia 2. Deposit 500 tons of silicate. No, not jettison. Cancel that. Deposit. There we go. Silicates. Confirm. I am also going to deposit the iron and the eonite and the silicate chunk. Not the colonists and not the water, but all of that I am going to send. And then we are going to
Autopilot online.
Weapons are offline, mining is online, scanners are online. We're still plus 38 megawatts. This is a decent ship.
Autopilot offline.
Scan it. Maybe we scan it.
Offline.
It looks scanned. Silicates, 300 tons of iron, 500 tons of silicates. Closer we get, right, the easier it is to get the ore back in. Perfect. $80 tons of water. Generating heat. I just noticed this down here. We have our rotational speeds as well as our velocity speeds. And our mass. Behind me, we have our main menu, which is just the escape menu. So one thing that I don't like is, like, there's a toggle operations interface. That is the thing that I want to see, but if I mouse over it, it changes. Switch between the operational interface and the main game interface. The operations interface provides detailed controls and information for managing station operations. I mean, really, I just want this toggle operations interface, toggle star map, show or hide the star map. I don't need the explanation. I can get what I want out of toggle star map. That's what I want to read. Toggle help, toggle overlays, navigation point, toggle automation window, toggle build mode. Save station is a blueprint for later use. Build point. Create a new build point in space. Nope. What am I doing there? Remove. 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 I'll display the various overlays. HUD configuration. Woods. So you can get a lot of info in here if you want. That'll help. Star map, we already looked at that. Close. Toggle operations. Deliver refined silicates. Iron run, deliver refined iron. So these are all our quests. Scan at location. We've already done this. Completed. Why is this? So we completed that, and then we've just got our story bits here that led us up to the Pannonia or whatever. So we have a character, we have rank ensign level 1, we got XP, we got credits, research points, we have our whole fleet here. Research. T2 silent node. Sure. All right, so we have some complexities there that I'm not even going to get into. We're going to trade silicates. We're going to... Nope, sorry, wrong direction. Deposit. Oh, wow. This is going to take a long time. Do we need to refine these in some way? Doesn't seem like it. We have another... This was our ship too, right? What do you have on you? Water storage, thermals, it's a battery. You've got a mining laser, large cargo bay. Okay, so you can mine. Wait, do you have a hangar? Mining laser, metal storage. Okay, so I think what I need to do is fly you over to him so he can build trade automation, management, operations, upgrades. Not what I want to do. What I want is to fly over there. That's not what I want to do.
Autopilot online.
I want to be able to rotate to this. At the very least, rotate to.
Autopilot offline.
Why is autopilot offline?
Autopilot offline.
The autopilot offline is weirding me out.
Mining offline.
Is that why our power output was shit? I don't understand that yet. Get way over here. Don't aim straight at things. I keep saying that. I keep not doing, or I keep doing it. Where is your... It's on the other side, isn't it? No, it's right there. Build my thing for me. Help me out. Why it not do thing? Weapons, scanners, buildings.
Construction offline. Construction online.
Okay, so I don't know how I'm supposed to build this. Couldn't be any more aligned than it is here. And we need T1 small hangar. You know, I guess I could, what I could do is right click, trade, deposit iron chunks, and deposit 20 silica chunks. Does it need to be refined? I wonder if it needs to be refined. I'm still there's gonna be a steep learning curve here, because this, yeah, that is not this, you know. He has refined. Is he refining it? Trade. Deposit 20 iron, 16 silicates. Confirm trade. So they're gonna trade things. I could probably automate this guy to go back and forth from the station to refine things. And maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe that's all he's supposed to do. I don't know what I'm doing. Where did my iron ore go? Okay, so he's missing the iron ore. You have the iron ore? Who the fuck has the iron ore now? Oh, the iron ore just got lost. The iron ore is in, what, the vacuum of space? What are you? Who are you? When the fuck did I get you? The station is not controllable. Okay, you're the station. I don't know what happened to the iron. that I had? There's a metal storage around here somewhere, right? Maybe I didn't have enough storage, so it just fucking vanished into nowhere, I guess, maybe. Fuck. Okay, well. Maybe it's just hovering in space somewhere.
Scanners online.
I'm gonna go see if we can refine this back at the station. If that's what we need to do.
Scanners offline.
Okay. I'm gonna take you, and we're gonna look for you, I think.
Autopilot online.
Yeah, there's a lot of iron ore just floating around out here, it looks like. My refined iron is probably just floating off into the ether somewhere. It probably just got jettisoned. If that's not actually it. That thing looks fucking dangerous. Yeah, those are enemies. It's not you.
Autopilot offline.
It's high time this heap of junk gets scrapped. Looking for a contractor to dispose of this old station part. You can keep any metals you find. Just please get this thing out of my sight.
Autopilot online.
Refinery station storage. Can we take control of this? Oh wow, okay. Metal storage, all kinds of fucking storage. Trade. I'm gonna deposit everything I have. I have no cargo bays. I can't. Right? You are gonna trade with you. And you're gonna withdraw. You also have 0 fucking goddamn motherfucker. Why do these people not have cargo bays? Holy shit. Okay. Sure. Where's the other ship? It's not what I want to do. I want to fly to this location. So I have a nav point here. All right. So what I want to do is come back to the rig, and then I want to fly to that nav point. How do I do that? Right, there should be a nav point over here.
Autopilot online.
Okay, so now it's gonna come to me. Let's turn the mining off.
Offline. Construction offline. Constructors offline.
I'm gonna figure this out. I think that's all of my shit just floating around. I think I might have just lost my drones. I think I might have just left my drones behind. This is getting super long. So we're gonna cut this. I wanted to, okay. We did get a nav point. That is how the nav point worked. So we figured that out.
Offline.
So we're gonna trade, we're gonna deposit.
Construction online.
I think we might stream this. Small array node. Large cargo bay. Hangar. Okay, well, I think I fucked myself.
Autopilot online.
All right, let's do some final thoughts. Okay, so my thoughts on this are kind of jumbled at the moment. I've spent about 2 hours in this game, and I feel like I don't really know how to play the game. I spent an hour in the tutorial. I spent about an hour in the campaign, which also had a bit of a tutorial. But I'm sitting here trying to send resources from one ship to another ship, and I've no fucking clue how to do either of those two things. So yeah, steep learning curve. The game is very chill. You don't have a whole lot going on. It feels like this is a sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee kind of game, at least at the start. I expect it to get more complex further on down the road with a bunch of different things happening all at once, but first hour is very slow paced. It's a very slow burn intro at best. The controls are going to take some getting used to, especially holding shift to rotate. There's a lot of, I don't know if shift to strafe would be better than rotating. I don't know what would have been better. But the controls are interesting, and they're going to lead to some exploded ships, I think. Already, I've definitely scraped some stuff that probably shouldn't have scraped just because I pressed the wrong button. But it is a 6 DOF space sim. I expected some complexity with the controls. The tutorials overall could use some better explaining. They read like I'm supposed to know how this is already supposed to go, and they give multiple steps in a single window without any obvious way to bring that window back up. And in a game as complex as this, I feel like that's necessary. I did eventually find that if you mouse over the quest objective, you do get a little pop-up that has some of that, but not as much context as the original window. and there's not an obvious way to bring that window back up without mousing over that, and it's not really explained that you can bring this back up in any sort of way. There may be a way that I just am not privy to and didn't figure out, but with a game as complex as this, your tutorial really needs to stand out and go the extra mile, unless you want people to just struggle through it, which the tutorial in the campaign did a better job than the tutorial, in my opinion. In the tutorial, triggering prompts before you're ready seemingly means you're just going to be lost due to the aforementioned not being able to bring those prompts back up, and how much information and how many steps they want you to accomplish in that single tutorial prompt. Also, the tutorials allow you to fail. They allow you to fail. I like when a game allows you to fail. However, I could see that being contentious. I appreciate it, but I do see how it could be considered a negative, that you can just blow your ship up and break your whole tutorial game and either have to load a save or start all over and figure it the fuck out right this time. And maybe that's what they want you to do. I don't know. Just calling it out. There are a lot of complex systems that currently, to me, make no sense. It's going to be a steep learning curve, and again, like any space sim, I went in expecting this. I didn't expect to be so lost on how to do simple things like just transfer iron ore, refined iron ore from point A to point B. We didn't talk about how to refine ore, which I would have expected to be very early on in the tutorial. Like movement, go mine ore, this is how you refine ore. We didn't touch on that at all in the mining tutorial and went straight into building things, and we're just given a bunch of refined ore. So I think that there is definitely room for improvement on the tutorials. That is my biggest gripe. This is an early access game. Bear that in mind. Things are hopefully going to change. Tutorials need to be locked down. They need to be on point. They need to teach your players exactly how to do all of the nitty gritty, tiny, teeny little things every step of the way, especially in a game as complex as this. That, I think, is my only complaint. I loved a lot of other things about the game. Well, the voice acting. The voice acting is definitely a complaint. You need to do some work there. The names of things look like you face rolled a keyboard and just came up with the Patagonia Pregonante, whatever the hell that ship was called at the start. Just because it's a space game doesn't mean all the names need to look like gibberish. But yeah, overall, going back to my original point, I spent about an hour in the tutorial and an hour in the campaign, and I feel like I know very little about how the game actually plays. I know based on my expectations and seeing trailers and looking into the game before playing exactly what the end game should look like. Having a huge fleet and setting up automations and going from point A to point B and carrying things from here to there. None of that was really touched on. I don't feel like I got a lot into the core gameplay in these 2 hours, which is a little concerning. But I see potential here. I see a fun strategy, empire business simulation sort of game here. And I do want to try this out more. I do think I'm gonna stream it. I think it deserves an extended look, more so than, I mean, this is already a 2-hour video, and I don't know that I touched on a whole lot. Sorry that this was so long and I feel like there wasn't a whole lot of content here, but like I said, in the middle, the good, the bad, and the boring, and some of this was in that boring category. I think before I make a final judgment one way or the other for a $30 game, I do need to play more. and I will, so be on the lookout for that if you're still on the fence. Other than that, that's gonna do it for me. If you want to see that, give us a like, give a sub, and I'll catch you in that one. Bye.